This is the moment that Australian police arrested two members of a gang who had received 125 kilos of cocaine that came from Great Britain.
Yeah, from hotel, looks like they got the driver out, and just around the truck now. Unsure about the passenger at the moment. They're both out. They're handling two guys on the ground.
Several people have been arrested in Australia, and several people have been arrested in England as well, in the Essex area.
Yeah, from hotel, two people on the ground. Looks like two people on the ground.
It's worth $50 million in Australia and £25 million in the UK. Most people are aware that Britain is not a cocaine exporting country, but a recent operation by the Australian police revealed that large amounts of drugs were being imported to Australia using farming equipment from the UK. This was an operation called Ironside, and it was a secret chat app similar to EncroChat that they set up, and it was called Anom, and this made gangsters talk openly online the same way they did with EncroChat, and police were able to intercept large amounts of drugs. This is a follow-up operation, they've said in a statement today, and it's called Operation PHOBETOR. This is a joint operation with New South Wales Police Force, Australian Federal Police, the Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission, the Australian Border Force, and the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency, as well as the United Kingdom's Border Force. So this is a worldwide operation, and it is revealing a lot of interesting aspects to it. First, we're going to read what the Australian police said, and then we're going to see what the UK police have said as well. The Australian police have said in a statement that the inquiries revealed an air freight consignment that was found to contain 125 kilos of cocaine, and it was concealed in an industrial generator, and most of the arrests in the UK are related to the actual secret compartments that they've made in these generators. The police said following extensive inquiries, the organised crime squad detectives assisted by Tactical Operations Unit, Polair, and also other specialised units commenced an operation and raided a property in Cawdor at 6 p.m. on the 19th of July 2022. During that operation, two vehicles, one a Mercedes van and a Partac van, left the property and went onto the M7. The police tried to stop them at Walgrove Road in Horsley Park. It is alleged the driver rammed at the police and both vehicles were stopped following a short pursuit. The three men that have been arrested in Australia have also been charged, and they've been named as Aaron James Pierce, 29 years old, Daniel John Scaines, 32 years old, and Corey Johnson as well. Later on the same evening, they raided at a property in Lane Cove, and a number of items and vehicles were also seized. A 29-year-old was charged with importing a quantity of drugs and supplying drugs on a commercial basis. All of them appeared at Fairfield local court and were refused bail, even though they didn't apply. In relation to the NCA side of things in the United Kingdom, they've said in a statement that 3 men have been arrested after officers targeted an organised crime group that were manufacturing specialist hides for drugs in industrial machinery. A series of raids took place across southeast England yesterday morning on the 19th of July as part of an operation linked to the 125 kilos seized in Sydney, Australia on the 11th. The drugs, which would have had a street value of £20 million here, was found in a specially concealed and constructed build inside a diesel generator. The operation saw a 29-year-old man from Essex, a 43-year-old man from Hertfordshire, and a 42-year-old man from Romford, all arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to export drugs and were questioned by the police. Industrial premises in Raleigh, Essex, South Ockendon and Feltham, West London were also searched. Officers found a generator inside one of the addresses, also cannabis plants and a number of stolen vehicles. NCA Branch Commander Lydia Bloomfield said the investigation is targeting a network that is international. A shipment of this quantity of cocaine from the UK to Australia is unusual but demonstrates the global scale of Class A drugs. And as I said at the beginning of the video, this is a follow-on from an operation called Ironside. This is called PHOBETOR, and they are targeting biker groups, cartels, triads that are part of the crime network in Australia. They haven't revealed how they're gathering their information, but they didn't do this when they broke Anom, and it will be interesting to find out in the future how they did find out the information. At the height of the Anom arrest, the Australian Federal Police seized 160 kilos of cocaine with a street value of £40 million. They also found large amounts of money as well. Detectives learned of the shipment by accessing the encrypted messages on the messaging app Anom that the police had monitored from the very beginning. The app was set up by the FBI in America and it introduced to the criminal underworld in Australia using the police force. The arrests were part of the wider Operation Ironside, and the Assistant Commissioner Bruce Giles said, "Operation Ironside has opened a door into the criminal underworld that we've never had before." Arrests took place across the world, in Australia, the UK and also Turkey. And this is part of a new way that the police are trying to intercept criminal underworld gangs by just intercepting the messages. So really appreciate you joining me today, and I really want to hear what people have to say on this story. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Thank you.
Keep